Dixie. I need to talk to you. It's crucial. About Del.
Del, we were just here. He was having lunch with me.
I know, I saw. It was like watching an accident waiting to happen. But Dixie, if you value your happiness, get Del out of your life.
Well, I certainly hope you can fix the beast.
Give me time.
How much time?
Best I can promise is 2, maybe 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
I have to special order parts from the Home Office in Japan.
Oh, great. There's no way to get it fixed sooner than that?
Well, that depends on how bad you gotta have it.
I don't gotta have it that bad.
You know, there's other things you can do with a copying machine aside from making copies.
Look, buddy, back off. I don't know what you've got in mind, but I don't want you around here. I don't...
You speak English? Do you? You speak English? I could have sworn I heard the lady told you to back off.
Maria, you know you're not the first person who's warned me off, Del.
And I hope I am the last who has to.
You don't even know him.
Well, it's not actually true.
You've never said anything.
I know. I just hoped that he would leave town. I hoped that it was just a bad dream. And it was. It's the kind that you don't wake up from.
Maria, you're scaring me a little here.
You should be scared, Dixie, because Del Hunkel is not a nice man.
You should start talking. Why do you think that he's not so nice?
Well, I'll tell you the whole story, okay? But you've got to promise that it's not going to go any further.
I promise?
No, I mean it, Dixie, really. I have never confided this to anyone, not to my sister, not to Edmund, to no one. Well, this is for your ears only.
You absolutely have my word. Where did you meet Del?
College, fall of my senior year, I talked to my dad into letting me drive back to school. And I was parked out in front of the dorm, and I had this big rubber tree balanced in one arm and a stereo speaker in the other, and I was trying to negotiate how to get the front door open, and I heard somebody say, "Never could resist a lady in distress." And I turned around, and I looked into the most gorgeous brown eyes I had ever seen. And that was my first introduction to Del Hunkel.
You two went to school together?
No, he was a townie. He rented a room from one of the faculty members, and he worked at an off-campus coffee house.
Uh-huh. So, what happened? He asked you out?
Actually, I asked him. He helped me unpack my car and, put up my posters and put all my books away and set up my stereo and everything, so I offered to tip him, and he refused, so I bought him dinner in town. And we went dancing afterwards, and I was hooked. I fell in love for the very first time. And we went out all that year, and I was crazy about him, Dixie. And we were supposed to get married.
He asked you?
Not in so many words, no, but Del did have a way with words. I mean, he told me how much he loved me, and I listened to him spin this great big ball of yarn about how we were going to have kids and grandkids and how we were going to grow old together. And
that certainly sounds like a marriage proposal.
Yeah, he gave me every reason to believe that we were going to get married as soon as I graduated. Which is why I agreed to sleep with him. Me, a good Catholic girl who never missed a Sunday Mass, who always went to confession, who truly believed that making love outside the sanctity of marriage was a sin. And he knew how I felt.
And he convinced you otherwise.
Yeah, he told me how he already thought that he felt like we were already married and how I was his spiritual bride, and so why wait? Yeah, I know. I know. It's the oldest line in the book. And I bought it.
Maria, honey, you were young. and naive.
I gave myself to Del, my whole heart and soul. I went home for spring break that year, and I was out shopping for wedding gowns. I had bride magazines hidden away under my bed because, you know, he wanted to keep our engagement a secret till he could ask Papa for my hand. So I got back to school on a Sunday, and I met Del for dinner. And we ordered a carafe of the house wine, and as soon as I had a little buzz, he told me that we were through. And he walked out of the restaurant and out of my life. Well, you know, Del's smart. At least he did it in a place where I couldn't make a scene. Not that I would have, even if I could have, because I was, between the wine and the shock, I was so numb. But, you know, I saw him a little while after that, and he was with another girl. And then I found out later that he had dumped her, too. I mean, you could fill a sorority house with women who had been loved and left by Del Hunkel. So I graduated that June, and I came back east to med school.
And you never saw him again?
Not until your wedding.
Oh. That's amazing. It's really horrible. I'm so sorry. I mean, I don't know Del that well, but I never thought he had a cruel streak in him.
He fooled me, too. That is why I'm warning you. Del hasn't changed, Dixie. I mean, he uses people, and then he just throws them away. And if you're not careful, he's going to trash your life the same way he trashed mine.
Look, mister, give me a break. I apologize to the little lady. It won't happen again.
You're damn right it's not going to happen again, because I intend to have a little conversation with your boss the minute you slither out of here.
I got a wife.
Good. She'll be my second call. Now get the hell out of my office. You okay?
I'm fine. You were wonderful.
No, I just can't stand idiots like that.
I see that chivalry's not dead. I mean, you were so gallant. You showed bravery beyond the call.
Yeah, I kind of did, didn't I? Just call me, Sir Thaddeus.
This is no joke. You defended my honor.
All in a day's work, my lady.
My hero.
Can I have that back? I'm kind of attached to it. It's part of the next set, see?
I'm sorry. It's just that I'm so grateful. I've never had anyone defend my honor like that before.
Orsini, it's not just a job. It's an adventure. Do me a favor, seriously, okay? Next time you get somebody new coming through the office, just make sure you're not alone. All right?
Roger Wilco. I certainly don't want that to happen again.
And get that insect supervisor on the phone. I'm going to give him an earful.
Mr. Paludi? Tad Martin calling. Hold on one moment. Tad, Mr. Paludi on line 1. Sorry, Mr. Timberlane, but you're nothing but pulp. Who needs fiction when I have a real live hero of my own?
Jane were here, she'd be able to break this code.
Somebody call my name?
Agent Cox, aren't you supposed to be in Prague?
Herr Fittlegruber's dead.
Assassin's bullet or poison?
Natural causes. But I will tell you, he died with a smile on his face.
Lucky stiff.
That's what the coroner said.
Well, you must be exhausted.
That's what I said to the coroner the morning after.
I always said we haven't got an agent that can touch your undercover work.
I brought you back a little souvenir. I've got the microchip.
Where is it?
Tucked away, someplace safe.
Where?
Well, let me give you a little hint. Finders, keepers.
Oh, that case, I always was a sucker for a good game of hide and seek.
Tad, you're it.
You're the best. Our very own secret weapon. I often shudder to think what would happen if you ever fell into enemy hands.
I make love because it's my patriotic duty, but my heart and the man that holds the key to it is all found in one person.
Well, we'll just have to change the lock. Who is it?
It's you, big fool. It's you, and only you.
What about this microchip? Am I warm?
Freezing.
Sleeping with someone outside of marriage was a big deal to me. Della was just another roll in the hay, and he's still the same smooth-talking con man.
I don't know, Maria. It sounds like we're talking about two different people.
Oh, we are. One is an easygoing Southern gentleman, heavy on the charm, and the other is a cold, calculating user.
Who's my family? This brother-sister thing really matters to him.
No, family doesn't mean anything to Dell. He's a family of one. His only priority is making life give him what he wants. I'm telling you, Dixie, for your own sake, stay away from him.
I'll think about what you said.
Okay, good. Please do that, Dixie, and be careful.
I will.
Good. You're still here.
Yeah. What do you want?
Well, I saw you and Dr. Santos with your heads together.
Dr. Santos? It's a very formal way to talk about your ex-fiancé.
Well, Maria told you.
Not a pretty story, Del.
Wait, Dixie. Before you buy Maria's version, will you give me a chance to tell my side of the story?
Hey, boss. Care to cash in on that favor I owe you?
What favor?
Come on, you saved me from the copy machine Casanova.
Oh, that's not a favor. Just, put it down as my good deed for the day.
Oh, surely there must be something I can do. Hey, I've got it. What about that Del Henry? Is he still giving you and Dixie grief?
No, all's quiet on that front.
Well, so far.
Yeah, well, Dixie and I had it out with him, and she decided she wants to give him another chance.
But you don't trust him.
No, I don't.
And I think you're right on the money. I mean, who knows what he's hiding behind that phony name of his? It could be anything, and I know how to find out what it is.
Huh?
Spy on him.
What?
I'd be a great undercover operator. Just like Mata Hari or Josephine Baker, spying for the resistance, the French resistance in World War II.
Oh,
come on, give me a chance to strut my stuff.
Well, I'm tempted. I really am, but I really think that the Del Henry situation is pretty much under control.
Come on, I'd make nice with him. Use my God-given talents to ferret out his innermost secrets. And then I'd report everything back to my fearless leader.
Kill moose and squirrel.
Yeah.
Love that cartoon. Listen, Jane, thanks but no thanks. It sounds just a little nuts.
Well, what's nutty about going the extra mile to protect your family? I mean, think about what a great team we are here. Imagine if we joined forces to protect Pine Valley from the Del Henrys of the world. What do you say, Tad? Come spy with me.
I was just a kid, Dixie. I made promises that I couldn't keep, although I half believed them at the time. Did you ever do anything like that when you were young? Something so dumb and hurtful?
When you were asking questions around about me, didn't anybody ever tell you how Junior was conceived?
No.
Well, suffice it to say that, I'm not proud about how I brought him into the world.
Well, there you go. You know, Maria was the most beautiful creature on God's green earth. I would have sold my soul for her. But when she started talking about meeting her family and picking out China patterns and all that, I freaked. So I took the easy way out. I broke it off with her and just moved on to another girl. It's pretty rotten, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty rotten. But I guess given your age at the time, it's understandable.
Is it unforgivable?
Well, I don't know. You're gonna have to run that one by Maria.
Well, Maria hates my guts worse now than she did back then. Hey, I don't have a right to ask you for any favors, but you think you could speak to Maria for me?
Say what?
The truth. Just simply the truth. Just tell her that I'm truly sorry for hurting her back then.
Well, I don't know if it would do any good. But I'll try.
Well, that's all we can ask for.
Oh, my goodness, look at the time. I have to go. I'm meeting Ted. I'll see you, okay?
Okay. Dixie, thanks. I owe you one. And I owe you too, Maria. I warned you to keep your trap shut.
You know, Jane, I was a private investigator.
I knew it. I knew it. Fate brought us together to solve the Dale Henry Chronicles.
No. My point is, I appreciate what you're offering, and I have no doubt that you could charm the birds down out of the trees. It's just that, well, Dixie and I expressly agreed that we were going to deal with her half-brother up front and above all.
Oh, that is your plan, but what do you think Dale Henry's up to behind closed doors? Making up more stories about who he is and where he came from? I mean, that's obviously a person that's up to no good.
Look, if he trips himself up over one more lie, believe me, he'll be the first branch to be pruned off the old family tree. In the meantime, I'm sorry, but Jane Cox's gal spy is just going to have to wait a little while longer for her big break.
Oh, well, another fantasy bites the dust.
Sorry.
You're the boss. But remember, if you change your mind, I'm ready.
Hi, Jane. How's the job?
Job. Great, fine, terrific. I mean, after all, I've got the greatest boss in the world. Excuse me, I've got to rush off to Sir Quick Copy before they close.
What was that for?
Love.
Yeah?
And for trusting my judgment and not going and checking up on Dell.
You were listening.
Just call me Dixie Martin, gal spy. Glad you told her to forget it.
Yeah, well, speaking of undercover work, I get off early this afternoon. We could go home and start practicing on that baby-making proposition.
Oh, that sounds good, but we have Adam's party tonight. Oh, Tad.
I told you we should have said no. On top of that, we got to go out and buy him a present. We got to bring a gift, right?
Well,
just out of curiosity, what do you give the kidnappee who has everything?
doesn't have me.
You're right about that. I do. That's right where I want you.
What about Matahari?
Junior's not home from school yet, is he?
Racia.
Jane, I'll be taking off early from work this afternoon. If anybody calls, you know where to reach me. Better yet, take care of it yourself.
She doesn't deserve him.